Yo, what up, sis? How's it going, man? So, here, I'll show you. This is where other people prefer other spots, but I really liked this spot to learn Stutter 3. It is where I learned how to do, fast pillars. So what I do is, if you see here, kind of like stand on this ledge a little bit, and if you angle down, Samus's like kneecap will almost line up with this next ledge up. Now, stuttering, basically what I do is you just kind of you hold forward, release, and then almost immediately press forward again at a certain point in Samus's run animation. So I hold for like it's like forward, and then you kind of stop like when her front foot hits the ground, the same way like a stutter tap would work, or same way that a tap charge would work. So I press forward, release, and then forward again, and that's what I'm doing here. And it has this effect. I'll see if I can find a better, like, you end up looking like Samus is doing that. And I don't know if you can hear like my kind of button clicking, but like that's kind of the effect, is that she does that, like the run animation goes, but she's not really going anywhere. Anyway, like I said, I go here and try to line up Samus's kneecap at the top of that platform a bit, and so my stutter goes. The stutter, Samus's front foot lands right around that crease right there, and when you hit that crease and her front foot drops, you press the run button. So it's like forward, release, forward, and like that second time you press forward after releasing is when you'll also tap B. And for this one, the reason I like this setup here is because at that crease, right around that crease, you're gonna tap run. Right around that crease, you're gonna tap run, and then right around this patch of grass, you're gonna tap run again. If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna try it real quick. So, and it does take a while to get. Okay, it's not. I wasn't quite accurate on that, so it's actually. So right around this crease is the first tap, that one that I'm pointing at. The second one is almost when you're like on this little hill section right here. So, or maybe even closer to the top. Oh yeah, what's going on, Elminster? How you doing? Yeah, dude, I finally fixed everything. Hopefully it's permanent. Thank you for coming in. I was just showing off my kind of short charge tutorial here. So like I said, stutter, tap, and then the second tap will be somewhere around here on this ledge. And the third one, let me check real quick. And now I have to get used to the rhythm again. Oh, is that what was going on? Yeah, because my chat messages were getting eaten in every chat room, and I was like, I thought it was my connection. Like, it was disappointing, to say the least. Yeah, I personally think this is a great place to. There's something about the rhythm of the hills that make it, in my opinion, a good place to practice. Elminster, if you weren't here, the way I was explaining it to Sizzle was that I line my kneecap. I kind of stand down here, and like when I crouch, I line my kneecap up with this hill, and it's almost as if Samus's shin fits in this like kind of crevice here, and it makes like a little, almost like a tiny little gap right there, almost where it's in line with that hill, not quite lining up right there. Like it's almost like her leg just like fits right into the little gap there. And like I said, it's still really hard, but stutter, and then taps are. And actually, let me see if I can't do it with while pressing the item select, because that seems to help. That seems to help like illustrate the button presses. So it would kind of be like 1, 2. No, see, I'm fucking it up. But yeah, right there. And if anybody's interested, maybe I'll highlight this after the stream. So it would, again, can't do it with X-ray. I forgot about that. 100% file. So, oh, that was a good one too. That was a real good one, but I stopped too short. Ah, damn. I didn't do it right. That was a real good one. That's like a super short charge right there. And all the taps, the best way I can describe the taps would be, you know, the Zevitite skip and how short that jump is. That's pretty much how short, ideally, you'd like your taps to be. They don't have to be, obviously, but I do one stutter, and I was just explaining to Sizzle that people do stutters quite a few different ways, and to understand stutter tapping, I recommend Sweetnum. He has a tutorial on his profile, but I simply press forward, release, and then forward again, and it's basically like you just want to get to that front foot of Samus's run animation, and when you do, you're gonna repress forward. Like you let off of forward for a very short amount of time, you repress, and at the same time that you repress, you press the run button. So, like, and your taps will kind of look like you almost like, it looks like a stutter, like is the best way I can describe it. And you'll get into like this animation, like Samus's feet are moving like she's running, but she's really not going anywhere. Let me see if I can't do this again. So. Oops. Yeah, to do more than one stutter, I don't know that it's possible for, you know, humans. If anybody could do it, Zoast. This I usually break the run animation I try. Yo, what up, Mark? What's going on, man? I was just doing like a little impromptu stutter 3. Yeah, Zoast can probably do it. Well, him and Sweetnum and maybe a few other people actually do stutter 4 taps, which is really tight. I mean, I've done it, but I'd never try it in a run because it's like so damn hard. So yeah, so like I was saying, this is kind of, I'll see if I can get the rhythm a couple more times just as a piece of reference. So that was bad. You know what, why don't I set up a save state? Rather than having to reset this the entire time. Yeah, no doubt, man. 4 taps are ridiculous. Yeah, not much. I mean, there are certain little points that, you know, that it might, but it's one of those things, like now that I do 3 taps, I very rarely do anything other than, you know, so it's like once you get it, there really it doesn't make much sense to go back. There are times when you can lose frames for over tapping, but or even like stuttering. But like, I don't know. You really got to be at a pretty elite level to be concerned about that, I would think. Yeah, I think 3 taps is pretty reasonable. I like, and even stutter, once you get it, it's really not hard. Like, in my opinion. The only time I really think it becomes hard is when you need to do it, like any other trick in this game, you know. But yeah, that wasn't quite as short, but that's the idea. So, yeah, that was a pretty good one. And like I said, I like these. Yeah, 17 tap mode. What is happening, dude? Yeah, so I don't know what much else I can say about tapping. You know, stutter tapping. If anybody missed this or wanted to see it, I'll make like a highlight out of it, you know, after the run. And like I said, I think that the best reference I can have for like the tap duration, the better you get, the shorter the taps will be, and it's a lot like the Zebutite skip, like where you are just tapping and releasing basically as quickly as possible. So, all right, I'm gonna get started here. It was probably like the most like useless like explanation because it was just a bunch of rambling nonsense. But I promise you it works.